Yeah. You gotta work. You gotta work, grind, shine, it's mine. Gotta show everybody it's my time. Getting here, you gotta work, grind, shine. Never mind who talking down, cause they lying. Don't talk, you gotta work.
Welcome to Let's Talk with Carl Lee. Let's Talk is proudly presented by attorney Frank Walker. Real talk, real experience, real results. FrankWalkerLaw.com. Let the conversation begin on Let's Talk.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carl Lee with Let's Talk, and I have my two co-hosts in the building. I'm not sure if Lisa Otey is going to make it very long, but Hollis Lewis is here and Lisa Otey's here.
Hello.
We've got a ton of different things that's going on, and
the big game.
You got the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Does anybody want to take a pick? Want to pick and choose who you want to win, or do you want to go into the conversation?
I want to know because this is a pretty special Sunday coming up, and a lot of people make plans. So I want to know what you guys are doing for the Super Bowl. Are you going to go to a party? Are you going to throw a party? Or are you going to party in your pajamas?
I'm not going to do anything. The only thing I might.
No special snacks.
No, nothing special.
Okay.
Unless I go to my son's house and watch it with him and my grandson, then that might be special. But if not, I'll just be sitting at home like chilling. Any other day, chilling.
Well, you were at the Super Bowl last year, right?
Yes.
So you actually went last year.
Yeah, but again, I say this, I have to justify this. I don't really go. I go, but I don't go to the game.
Yeah,
the game just isn't I can't really sit and watch it. I can't sit in the bleachers
and plus,
anywhere.
I guess it's more of it's almost a reunion for you because you're seeing everybody.
Yeah,
so you probably spending more time talking.
Yeah,
so I can see that.
Yeah,
but just to go, I would never go I would never go if I'm going to be just. I would just get on a plane and go.
Which is a conversation we'll have later.
Well, now I don't even know if we want to have that later or do we want to have it now.
Well, I want to know what Hollis is doing. What are you doing?
I'm going out of town, so I'll be coming back on that Sunday. So I'll probably get some sort of snack football type of food and maybe just watch the game. I don't think I may go to one of my frat brothers' house if somebody's doing something, but other than that, and also depending on the weather, I'm probably just going to be at home.
Yeah, this weather's not the greatest. Yeah, we're actually going to be out of town too, so we'll be traveling most of the day, and then when we get to our destination, we'll try to catch the game. But I mean, to me, highlights the next day. I mean, it's I don't do the big party thing that people do.
But I like the Super Bowl. I like the commercials you see and the halftime performances. So I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I can enjoy the halftime presentation concert. I'd really say concert more than anything. Yeah. I kind of like that, and it is worth watching. Sometimes I can get back to it,
So you do watch it?
I'll watch the halftime.
Because some guys don't. Some guys just skip that part. They go get their refreshments and take a bathroom break. They skip all of it.
If it's somebody that I like or somebody who I'm curious about, then I might watch it or want to watch it and make sure that I get there to watch it. Mm-hmm. And if not, then it's just a blown day, really.
Yeah, I watch it just because I'll watch anybody. If you're performing at the Super Bowl halftime, I'm just gonna watch it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Whether I like you or not, whether it's the music genre that I'm into. Yeah.
I'm
not necessarily into the halftime performer this year, but I'm gonna watch. I'll check it out.
But I'll say
I'll
this.
watch it too.
Yeah,
I think that most people are equally as excited, but it's never really talked about. Is the national anthem. Who's singing the national anthem?
That's a good point.
True.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Because that's usually where you get the most attention and the most credit is when you're singing the national anthem and you sing it in a way that people can feel it. Man,
and hopefully
it's never forgotten.
Yeah, and I think that's cool, and I think that's what I like about the Super Bowl because it's I like how they just it is an event. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All day
all
event.
day.
So I like it like that. So it's cool.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about let's just dive right into Super Bowl conversation.
Yeah.
Let's start with tickets. You want to talk about that? So go ahead, Carl. Well, Carl had sent me it. Did you see it in the text thread? I'm sure you did, Hollis.
Yeah. Did you see it?
But
I didn't.
It ranges. The prices range from the cheapest ones, which are the get-in tickets. Basically nothing comes with it. Those are the nosebleeds. Yes. You can get into the Super Bowl this year for between $4,500 to $6,500 range. That is just to walk through the gates, right? Then you have the average tickets, which are probably, in between nosebleed and the middle of the pack. That's around $10,500. Your premium 50-yard line tickets for the Super Bowl this year run as much as $63,000. And I'm skipping all this other stuff. We had bucket list event. There's different packages I'm sure you can get. But the one that intrigued me was, the luxury suites where you see the celebrities and your former athletes and professional athletes. All that. Those range to get into those, which I'm sure are all inclusive with drink and food, but $600,000 to $2 million. Let's discuss that. Let's discuss it. Hollis is going. He told me he's going to go in the luxury suite.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to give it to you I'm going to give it to you as a former player, and then you all can kind of hit it from your point of view. I am not ever going to say that I would even financially attempt to go to that. If it's not free, I'm not going. I'm not, and it's. You can't tell me that a football game is worthy of that much money just to watch it.
But, look at it from the other side, because you've been to Super Bowls and you getting into these, you have access to these spaces. So assuming that you weren't a football player, you were just like some great businessman who had that level of money, you could pay $60,000 to go. Would you pay that to go?
No.
$10,000, $15,000.
Even if it were the Vikings.
No. It's a sport. It's a game. Period. And I've had that approach my entire life. Football is a game. You play it and you move on to something else. You always have to move on to something else. It's just a game. The NFL is still no different than college.
Nah, it's business, man.
It is a business, but college is too.
Yeah.
But college has not outpriced their tickets yet.
No, they haven't.
They're getting bad.
Yet. Not yet. But
yet is the key word. You're right. Yet is the key word.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about the prices that you just riddled off, there's nothing for me to like.
That's a good way to.
There's nothing there. I'm not interested in, what am I going for?
Yeah, and it's and the point I was making to you guys earlier, to me, when you look at professional sports, they have just price gouged us to death. And you know what I'm saying? Not just in the prices that you gave as far as the Super Bowl, but just on a regular game. If you go to a regular game, and I was just telling you guys, if it was me and my 4 daughters, so that's 5 people going to a regular good team. So we're going to see Pittsburgh, which is a playoff team. You're going to spend several $100s on tickets. You're going to spend $150 on parking. You're going to spend a couple $100s on food. You're going to spend a couple $100 if you want a T-shirt or something like that. You're talking about thousands of dollars, that over $1,000, maybe $1,500 that you're spending going to a game, as you just said.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, to watch the game at home, you got to have all these channels now. You got to have all these subscriptions. And then on top of that, every other commercial is a freaking gambling thing. So it's like they just want your money from every single angle. And at what point does it just come on?
and to that, and I'm jumping in front of you there,
That's
Lisa.
Okay. You go right ahead.
I have an issue if the NFL has and I don't want to say they have a gambling problem, but you are anti-gambling for players. Why are you posting these commercials about gambling?
And it's every other commercial.
It's every other commercial.
It's funny because you see like Tom Brady, right? He's in a commercial like Hawking Pizza. Tom Brady's like a vegan. He eats like bird food, and he's like probably one of the most healthy human beings on earth. And he's just hawking a pizza, and you have LeBron James hawking gambling, and this guy's hawking beer, and it's just like, man. I mean, again, everybody got to pay their bills, but at some point,
and let me ask this question. I'm sorry,
we're probably
Lisa.
about to lose any sponsor that we can.
Probably, yeah, probably. Sure, yeah.
This is the last show, audience. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
When you see those commercials, do they actually make you say, "Oh, you know what? I need to go gamble"?
I think some people.
Oh wait, I checked my calendar. I forgot to gamble today.
I think some people, yes. I think if you're seeing that commercial enough time, you're like, you may not like go into debt, but you may, let me try $10. Let me try. I think it, and then they hit you with the promotion. They'll give you $50 to start. You match the 50, and you may gamble
right.
for a little
See,
bit.
I don't
Good
even
point.
like it's like that kind of stuff to me doesn't even calculate. Like I don't.
But you may not have a propensity for it. I think some people you could get like, oh yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah.
If
they already have an issue with it, already
not necessarily an issue. I want to just curious about it. Just
and some people like I've gone to.
It's too easy to download the app. So I mean, you see it on TV, then you're like, oh, well, I can just flip this on my phone and let's do it.
I've gone to Vegas with some guys, and let's say if I've been to Vegas 3 times, because my son used to live out there, so I would go out to see him. We'd go to a casino. I probably in my entire life have spent less than $20 on gambling.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because I don't get it. Like,
right.
If you gave me $10, I'm not going to go and risk that $10
well, it's
on
so
gambling.
extensive now. It used to be when you gambled, you had to go to a street corner where there was, some type of shady guy, and you bet on a team to win or lose. They've got so many different, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Those outside bets
prop
where you
bets.
can, prop bets where you can say, well, I think that the Patriots will be the first to score within 2 minutes of the first quarter, or the coin toss even.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's stuff that you don't even have to be a sports fan to be able to bet on different aspects of the Super Bowl.
But isn't that bad that you've gone out to reach out to people that might not even watch the game just to get them to spend money on something?
It's good business, and I think kids now, like you're inundated with it. So you've been watching this stuff since you were a little kid. So it's just part of like kind of what you do. I know a lot of young men. That's what they do. Like they're in college, they can pay their bills gambling somehow. So I don't know. It's not something I get, but like I said, I just don't like the constant. I have to spend money on every single thing to enjoy this sport now.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Let's get into the game. You guys want to talk about the game then?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got the Patriots and the Seahawks, correct? They're playing Sunday at 6:30. Of course, this whole extravaganza will start way earlier than 6:30. But the Patriots, I'm going to give you guys some background information, and then you guys can chime in. But the Patriots, this is their 12th Super Bowl. That's the most of any franchise in the NFL. They're looking for their 7th Super Bowl win, and if they, if they're victorious, they will pass the Steelers for the most wins all time in Super Bowls. They're also, and this is the part that really gets you, because I know you're a Vikings fan, and you, Hollis, you're the Chargers? No. Who are you fans of? The Steelers?
Bengals, Niners.
Bengals and Niners. Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I knew it was a West Coast team, and then of course I'm Packers. This is the first team.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. Right. Did you catch that, Matt? You can. Okay, all right, whatever. He's interrupting my line of thought. So this is the first team, the Patriots, to make the Super Bowl after losing 13 or more games the season before. What now? How is it that they magically rebuilt a team, guys, in one season like that?
That's a good question. And before we start, I don't know if we talked about it last week. I wasn't here. Belichick not getting in. Did we talk about that?
We did not talk about that.
No.
We need to talk about that.
So just really quick, while we're just on the Patriots, like, to me, this is like the biggest robbery like in sports history. Bill Belichick not getting it, not being a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's nothing to justify that. And I think it's collusion, and I think this really, really stains the Hall of Fame. To me, it really almost invalidates the Hall of Fame. It really puts a bad cloud on it. Because it's just, there's no way you don't get in and you win. Because what people got to remember, he wins 6 Super Bowls as a head coach with the Patriots. He also won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, being their D coordinator, coaching the greatest defensive player of all time.
But
you cannot discount that.
Aren't they saying a part of it is the Deflategate issue?
I don't care nothing about it. Everybody cheated before.
Well, I know, but he got caught. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like with the Reds, you know.
Okay, so
I do not care.
To your point,
Pete Rose. I mean, it's similar. It's not.
Yes. Okay. Maybe. It's
but that
in
was one
line.
season, though.
Yeah, it's in that line. But say that. You got to say that then.
But so, what are they saying? Have they said?
Nothing.
They haven't really said.
They're not saying anything.
What they said.
I mean,
is
I guess that's an insinuation.
That's an insinuation. But what they said was they wanted to get other senior members in first. So I think they wanted to get like Roger Craig or other people who were about to. Because I think you only get a finite nomination or something like that. They wanted to basically what they said. They wanted to get other people in before him. But my thing is, even if you count Deflategate, whatever that, maybe that's 2 Super Bowls. Maybe, let's say, you still got 4 other Super Bowls. You still got what you did as an assistant.
I'm not saying it's right.
What is the rule? Okay, so you wanted to get these people in, right?
That's what that's just what they say.
Okay. But here's my argument with that. You can pick how many other people that you want to go.
I don't think they can do that. I think it's like they pick a certain number. Again, this is what they're saying. They pick a certain number of seniors.
Who's picking them?
I got what you're saying.
They are.
They're making the rules.
And if somebody is to the end of not being, quote, eligible to go because they haven't gone and it's the last year that they are, quote, can get in, why couldn't they
just put them in?
Just put them in.
Here's my thing. And here, I'm going to copy something you've said before. I think from here on out, I want everybody who has a voting, who's a voter, and it ought to be public.
Yes.
I want to see exactly who you're voting for, and I want a reason why you're voting for that person, and a reason why you're not voting for this person. Because it's and again, I'm not a Bill Belichick fan.
Is that ethical though? Can you do that?
I don't think Bill Belichick is the greatest head coach of all time.
I think that would influence
he deserves to
voting.
be. I'm saying it should be an open process though.
Well, I mean, but if it is an open process, then you're not going to vote. You may feel peer intimidation from people around you to vote a certain way.
I just want to know who's voting. I don't care who you
want a
voted.
list. You want names.
I want names of who's on the board.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. And I want to know who you voted for.
And again, I'll go that far with you.
I want to know who you voted for.
I don't know.
If I'm going to vote for Hollis, if I vote for Hollis for a political reason, right? I want him to be this guy. If somebody comes up to me and says, "Who'd you vote for?" I don't really want to tell you.
That's different.
No, I don't think
that's
so.
That's politics.
But
what I'm saying,
see that
if you are voting for the Hall of Fame, it ought to be open.
I agree.
It should just. You don't think so?
Can
we explain?
Okay. Yeah. I think I did explain to a degree. I feel like we should probably know the names of the committee members. I have no problem with that. We need to know who's on there and who's making these decisions. I think that's perfectly acceptable. I don't think they should have to say who they voted for. And here's why. Because when they go in to vote, in the back of their mind, they may feel a certain way toward a certain player or a certain coach getting in, but also worry about, your co-committee person over here being upset that you didn't vote the way that he was voting.
That's not how voting's supposed to work.
But I know. But they all get together and they talk and they communicate. They network before they do these votes. And
I agree.
And so I feel like maybe if they realize they have to come out and tell people who they voted for, then it's going to influence how they vote. And they may not vote the way they truly feel because they're worried to how their peers will.
But my thing is, number one, if you're voting on that, you should not vote how you feel. You should vote what that person's resume dictate whoever is the nominee. And it should be. And the thing is, what I don't like, if you're just checking the box, do some research, figure it out. And like I said, I think it should be an all open. I think it should be a show. And you line everybody up, and you say who you vote for.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
And how are you going to? How are you going to judge? Like they're all accomplished athletes that have been nominated.
But I'm okay if Hollis goes in for me, and I realize now. Let's just say, if I realize Hollis's stats are better than mine, and they pick him. Who am I to be mad? If they don't pick a corner, how am I going to be mad?
And the thing is, you're right, Lisa, in that they're all accomplished athletes and they're all Hall of Fame worthy.
Right.
But I think there's two distinct classes that some people are going to be first ballot, other people second ballot, and other people are going to have to wait. And I think, and to me, that's the honor, because what people will say was like, oh, Bill Belichick's going to get in anyway. Duh, he's getting in. That ain't really the honor. But that's not the honor for him. The honor is to say, I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's the honor for him. And the fact of the matter is that when you have 8 Super Bowl as a coach at various, from a coordinator to a head coach, you cannot tell me that's not first ballot.
You're coaching teams that are considered the best teams
of all time. Think about this. Think about what Bill Belichick did. Here's why he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think he's getting mad. I think Hollis is
he's
getting
mad at me.
No.
It's okay. But here's my argument. Maybe any coach that had Tom Brady on their team would have won the same amount of Super Bowls with the Patriots. I'm just throwing it out there.
But here's the argument, though. Here's the argument. Bill Belichick coached the greatest quarterback of all time, and he coached the greatest defensive player of all time. There's one commonality in that, and it's Bill Belichick. Okay. He coached the greatest quarterback of all time, and he coached the greatest defensive player of all time. And Bill Belichick coached the both.
You might as well name the player.
Lawrence Taylor and Tom Brady. All connected to Bill Belichick. You cannot have it no other way. He's a Hall of Famer first ballot, and this is a total injustice.
And back then, he was a defensive guy.
And he's always been a defensive guy.
Yes, he's always been a defensive guy. And again, you get LT and again, the systems that he creates for these individuals must be really special.
I ain't even going all the way. He just coached them. I don't care about it. And you look at Randy Moss. Randy Moss had his greatest years with who? The Patriots. We can move on. Come on.
No, please.
Yeah,
we got to
get to the Super Bowl. We ain't got that much time.
Those are great arguments. Okay, so that was Patriots conversation with their ex.
No, what was the question you asked?
I forgot. Well,
you asked the question.
You had me so rattled here.
I'm sorry. I'm pumped up.
Well, no. I was just making the point that it's amazing to me that you have all these teams in the NFL that have rebuilds.
Yeah.
You have if you have a season that you're losing 13 or more games, and then the next season you're going to the Super Bowl. What are you doing that everybody else needs to copy?
It's coaching and quarterback. I think Drake May has come along, and you got Mike Vrabel, who was a former Patriot.
Right.
It's coaching. He went from Tennessee to the Patriots. It's coaching and quarterback. I'm telling you, this is a league to me where coaching really, really matters. You got to have the coach.
Yeah.
If you got the right coach, you got the right quarterback, you can have that sort of turnaround.
And you're in the AFC. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it was down. That's a good point. Good point.
I'm gonna agree with you in part. I think when you start talking about the coach has to understand and know where is he going to get to that Super Bowl at? Is it offense? Is it defense? Is it my quarterback? Is it my linebackers? Is it my D-line? And I think when you figure out what is going to be your way there, you lean on that. Yep. You got Tom Brady, you can lean on that. You get Tom Brady, he's old, and you got a good defense, what are you going to do? You're going to lean on that defense. And I think he understood everywhere he was in every team that he coached, what's the benefit? What is going to be the thing that's going to make us great? It's going to be Tom Brady. It's going to be our defense. And to me, I think...
And they have great owners, right? The Kraft family. I think they...
I want to jump in here for a second because you just hit what I was about to tie the whole bow on this. How come the Cowboys haven't been in the Super Bowl in a while? It's because of Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Why have the Patriots been so good? It's because of Robert Kraft.
Yes.
He's the one that had
Yeah,
something to do with
that.
the Bill Belichick era. And here again, it's the owner. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, good point.
And I think, Lisa, to your point, I think they got lucky this year as far as the Patriots because Patrick Mahomes had a down year.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson had a down year. Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, they're just never going to get it together again. And then, the Bills went out early.
And
so the top 4 quarterbacks in the league are all in the AFC, and they all had down years.
And their division
So,
is pretty.
yeah.
It's always been a
And it's
little
horrible.
easier than most. Yeah.
So I think
they got
they ran
easier.
into some luck.
Yeah.
Who we got next?
Oh, okay. And of course, the other flip side of it is the Seahawks, and this is the last time they attended the Super Bowl, 2015, and this is their 4th one. So that's considering what they were brought in the league as an expansion team in '76.
I need more hand claps from Redhead Kingpin. Redhead Kingpin.
And they they've
Sam
only
Darnold.
won.
Is he
They've only
fired?
won one.
Kingpin.
Yeah, he is pushing. He's pushing the limit to be fired.
Vikings, you don't get rid of a 14-win
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Point blank. And the GM is now what? Out of there.
See,
The GM for the Vikings is gone.
Yeah.
You got rid of a 14-win quarterback. You don't do it. Redhead Kingpin had his best game in the NFC Championship of his career.
Oh, yep.
and this is not defense.
He's been with 5 different teams in the NFL.
This is
Have we pointed that out before? 5.
Yeah, you just pointed it out.
And here's the thing.
It's crazy.
Again, when you get a player and you look at him, let's just say we're going to talk quarterback. You're looking at that quarterback. You either got a system that you think you're going to put him in and you hope that he's going to excel in, or you're going to look at this quarterback and figure out what he's got, where's his benefits, and you're going to create the system around him. Most coaches I just want to put Hollis in this kind of a system. How do I know he's okay in that system?
Yeah.
And I think when these coaches pay more attention, and I think they go out now starting to look for quarterbacks, to bring quarterbacks in and create a situation for them that what they do is what we're going to do.
And I think to your point that you just made earlier, when you're looking at the totality of your team, you may have a strong defense. Mm-hmm. You may have strong running backs. You may have strong offensive line or special teams. And I think now the thing about it is you do not need necessarily the Patrick Mahomes. You don't need the maybe the all-world quarterbacks that's going to do all things. I think there is space in the game because I think we got spoiled with Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
We got spoiled with Lamar Jackson. There's space in this game still for a quote-unquote quarterback manager, somebody who's going to not turn the ball over, who's going to progress the ball down the field, not make the major mistake, may not always make the big, huge play, but can just be steady Freddy on, throughout
Consistent.
the season. When you build properly around him. And I think that's what a guy like Sam Darnold is. And I think it's going to be room for a lot more quarterbacks like that because as we've seen in the NFL, again, there's just not a lot of great quarterbacks. And in every season, you're not necessarily going to have good quarterback play. So you need somebody who is consistent. And when you're able to build a organization in the squad around that consistency, you can go to the Super Bowl.
Well, and to your point, Holland,
good point.
We had a guest on the show who was a really, really good quarterback and had a great, unbelievable defense.
Yeah, and went
and won.
And had a great running back. Let's not forget that.
Had a great running back.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
So he didn't have to be the guy to win the game.
Right.
He managed all
he had
those
all the
guys.
surrounding
he had
pieces
all the pieces
needed.
that he needed, and that doesn't take anything from his ability.
And I hate when people take it away. Like it take a lot to not mess it up sometimes.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
And and at the quarterback position, you are, quote, everybody's looking at you to be the leader. So now how do I lead you as a great running back that everybody knows? How do you get comfortable with me? You got to manage those relationships so that they not looking at you like, oh, he thinks he the king of this. And now all of a sudden you get a little funny because you're thinking, well, wait a minute, I'm Walter Payton,
Yeah.
And when you don't have that, and everybody's just doing their best, that quarterback that can live in that space, man, now you're talking about a Super Bowl contending.
Hey.
Well, speaking of the quarterbacks, now let's go to the flip side. Let's go to the defense for both teams. You were asking, or you kind of threw it out there in our text thread about, can defense win championships? What's your opinions? Or do you think that's the reason these two teams are there or not? Because I've got some stats here if you want when you're ready.
I really don't think that they're there. I think the game has changed a little bit. I think it's you need a consistent defense, but I think you need a great quarterback. I think if you got a great quarterback, he's going to help you from the defensive side of
you
not
don't think
being
defense can win a game?
No, I'm not saying they can't not win a game.
I think defense wins championships.
And I've heard that a long time.
But here's the thing. I think it looks different. So now you don't have to have a Chicago Bears defense where I'm essentially not letting anybody score throughout the season. What happens now is that it's almost like a bend but don't break theory. And what I think is good, I think is the mark of a good defense, they have timely turnovers. So a good defense now, they're going to turn you over. So whether it's they hit you with the punch and make you fumble, whether they get an interception, whether they make a key stop to make you have that turnover on downs, because a lot of teams go for it on fourth down. So that's the mark of a good defense to me. And I think, to me, as far as this game is concerned, and Seattle hits too, and now you got to hit. Yeah. And Seattle hits. So I think whoever can get one or two turnovers and maybe a timely turnover on downs, that's who's going to win the game.
See, that's kind of how I was going to enter into this conversation, guys, is because there's so much talk about the quarterbacks. You kind of forget about what kind of defense the Seahawks and the Patriots put out on the field this past season. Real quick, I'm going to go through these rankings in the league for Seattle and New England throughout the season. During the regular season games, Seattle was, for scoring defense, Seattle was first. New England 5th. Total defense, Seahawks 6th, New England 8th. Rushing defense, Seattle was 3rd in the league, New England 7th. Passing defense, Seattle was 10th, New England's 9th. Sacks, Seattle had 47 total, with New England having 35. Takeaways, Seattle 25, New England 19. Those numbers are pretty tight.
Crazy. Yeah. That's top 10 in everything.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you got middle of the road. Like, none of these quarterbacks, they aren't great quarterbacks, but you've seen that defense,
right?
And I'm telling you, man, that'll get you. But because I think some, like, people look at like the score, like the scores are up. And obviously, across the league, you're going to score more points just because you throw the ball more. But I'm telling you, man, them timely turnovers, that hit stick.
So could it be a low-scoring game with two quarterbacks that are, I mean, not average? They're above average. Both quarterbacks are good, but they're not the typical Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady we're used to seeing in the Super Bowl.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be that's a good question.
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say that I think that answer is gonna have to be one of those, like, okay, if I'm the team, if I'm coming in and I'm going to try to run the ball, which is like most teams will typically do. You'll try to run the ball to start the game out, see how that's going to work. You look at that and you say, okay, that's not really working. Let's go to the quick game, throw the ball quick and get it to a receiver, get a first down, keep the ball moving, and then you find out what and where you can move the ball, keep the ball, score touchdowns, and I think it's going to be in the game. I think what they do, how they do it, I think it's going to matter once they get out on the field. If that makes sense. Because if you first series 3 downs and out, okay, we're going to come back next series.
Right.
Maybe get 5 plays and out. You're going to, and you're not really throwing the ball that much. At some point, you're going to have to start throwing the ball.
Right.
Whether that's slants, hitches, any of those kind of things that are, quote, similar to running the ball.
Determined by the defense. Yeah. So it is going to be. I think the defense
is going to dictate how this game is going to be played.
And also, I would also mention special teams. I think that you're going to have to, obviously, because the defenses are so stout, you're going to have to score on some field goals. And I also say this, man, this is the part of the game that everybody leaves out, the punting. The punting, as far as if it is a low-scoring game, similar to what happened in the college football championship, where you have that field position battle. So if you got a couple good punts that can land them inside the 20 to 10-yard line, and they punt it back out, and you leave the other team with good field position, those things can be easy and quick scores for the opposing team.
I'm with you on that. That's
the punter. Really good point. It's the punter and the field goal, because the kickoff, how they do it now, is not really the same.
Right.
But the punter and the field goal kicker, those are two vital, important, positions on special teams.
I agree. And I think you're going to have an impact in that. Like, you got to take advantage of the kick. If it's a punt and you got a chance to return it, you need to, that's something that you need to make sure that you're getting field position, because field position is going to be key. Because I'm not sure if we're going to get a whole bunch of like 20-minute drive. I don't think either one of these teams are that type of team.
And also, where the game is being played at, I think, could be a factor too.
Yes.
Because it's in Northern California. So essentially, this is a home game for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's in Northern California.
The Patriots are traveling clear all across the country.
And it's going to be weather that's going to be similar to what the Hawks deal with on a daily basis. So I think that can be a predictive time zone and different things of that nature.
Well, one of the things that they'll get out early enough to make sure they can get acclimated.
I think I saw on ESPN that they were landing today.
So they came today?
I think so. I think that's what I saw.
Because they want to make sure they can get acclimated.
No. What I'm asking is, like, it's 2 weeks ago. Why not just come a week ago? Like, why only come today?
I don't know. I mean, that's just what I saw on ESPN. I'm almost certain that I saw. Did you see the same?
Yeah.
I guess you got a whole week. So
maybe they were somewhere else for a while, and they kind of get out of the limelight because that's going to be a lot of
you got
there.
a week. You can get acclimated in a week.
So,
all right. Well, let's talk about the real reason we all watched the Super Bowl. We touched on it a minute ago, but let's dig a little deeper into the halftime show.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we know it's Bad Bunny, right? And the reason I wanted to kind of bring up this the halftime show of the Super Bowl, it seems like, guys, every year the NFL has a knack, and probably a purpose, I don't know, but they always seem to pick controversial acts. Or singers, or
somebody with a
groups.
controversial song.
Something.
Like
Yeah. So it seems like there's always this, and maybe they do it on purpose to get people to talk about the game and talk about the chatter, get the interest of the people that aren't typical football fans. I don't know, but this year it's Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny. It's the headliner. I'm sure you guys have heard that. He's pretty outspoken with some political issues. I'm not going to get into detail about it.
Please, I come here to escape.
I know, right. I'm not going to get into it, but just the fact that there are some political groups out there that I won't name either they're going to provide an alternative halftime show with their own acts and their own whatever. So what's your opinion? Like, it seems like every year we're dealing with something in the Super Bowl halftime show. Do you think it's something that they do purposely, or do you think it's just a combination of the society we're in now? And
let me get it, because I want to answer this first, because I could be crazy wrong. I think they want as much controversial people for the show.
Yep.
To draw attention to it.
Yep.
With the thought of it's going to bring those people to watch the game.
Typically wouldn't.
That may not watch it. They're going to watch it. One, I want to watch it and see how bad he or she's going to be, or I'm going to watch it to see how good he or she's going to be.
Good point.
And I think that's going to get the idea is to get people to watch the game, to bring you to the game. I think the halftime is so far away from the game.
Oh no.
That's tradition.
Not at all.
No. I think it's tradition.
Like
it's
commercials.
It's all of that. It's all the commercials. It's all of that. I'm not. I don't mean it in a bad way, but their point of reference is to get you to the halftime show.
Yeah, I would
To
say
watch
that.
it.
Because most people, the second half, especially if it's a blowout, if it's
Right.
not a close game, a lot of people go to bed.
Yes.
They got to work.
But I think, but I also say, like, I think non-traditional football fans, they're there for that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not really into football, you're gonna watch the game because everybody else watching it. But your thing, while you're there, your thing is the commercials and the. So I think it's all it's
Yeah,
just part
and
of the
again,
thing.
Yeah.
if you get somebody to perform at halftime that has some controversy that I might not have heard, I'm probably going to watch that
Just because-
That's true.
because the advertisement of it, and how many times have you heard his name?
Well, I'll say this: like, I'm not particularly interested in watching Bad Bunny. I have no interest in his music. Obviously, from where I sit politically, probably more in line with my personal views. However, even with that being said, I think at some times it can like wear you down. Where maybe I just want to be in it. I just want the best artist possible, just to sing happy songs.
Well,
again, it's always good when people use their platform, and always, I support it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just kind of like, I just want an escape from that.
Yeah.
Those 3 or 4 hours.
I'm with you.
So
So what was your favorite halftime show over the years?
I like Beyonce's. I like
That's-
Beyonce and Bruno Mars. I remember that one. Michael
That's mine.
Jackson.
Okay.
Prince was good.
Ooh, yeah.
I remember that one. I mean, it was kind of,
Yeah.
he did the Prince thing. But
What do you mean by that? I take offense
well,
to that.
we won't.
Well-
no, you gotta. We won't put that on the.
There you go. There you go.
I never meant to cause you any pain.
I mean, the
have
imagery,
some
not the
karaoke.
song.
I wanted one time.
You don't remember the imagery?
It rained. It actually rained.
But okay, but still.
No. I'm not talking about the rain.
Okay, so
No. We won't say it on radio because we probably can't say that. Go back and watch it now with the different eyes.
But the Florida A&M marching band, the whole,
That was tight.
it
That was
was
tight.
that was
tight.
my favorite one.
I like that one,
obviously.
too.
But let
Matt
me-
played my clip.
Yeah, I like that one too.
so let me be clear about Prince.
And I love Prince.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you. No matter what, wherever and however he performs, is so him that.
That's why I said he did his Prince thing.
Yeah, he did. He sure
He
did.
sure did his Prince thing.
And it's
And it
really
was
kinda
fabulous.
hard.
I was there for
Yeah, so
every
it's good.
minute of it.
That's a hard that's a hard sell to make that not
Yeah.
one of, and as you name them, there's a ton of great
And then the Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it wasn't a halftime, but it was like the greatest.
national
National anthem.
I mean, I
which
like,
goes back to what you were
I
saying about
remember
the
like
national
getting
anthem.
chills as a kid watching that.
Yeah.
So that was just like nuts.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
And isn't it amazing that you have to wait till the Super Bowl to love the halftime or wonder or question who's singing the national anthem, because it matters.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
matters because it's become
They
something.
don't put that out there early, do they? Is it just?
I don't know if I know they picked the halftime show. I'm not sure.
I know. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
mean
I-
the national anthem. I don't ever
don't know.
remember.
Yeah,
I
who's
don't
doing
even
it?
know
I think
who
they
that
just
is.
kind of
Can
show.
we look it up?
Show up. Maybe.
Do we know
Matt
who's
can.
singing the
I just
national
want to know
anthem?
how come you all aren't giving any love to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Well, I like
Yeah,
that
that was
one.
cool.
That's my
That was
second
cool.
favorite.
That was cool.
That was my
That
second
was cool.
favorite. But Prince was my all-time favorite halftime show by far.
That didn't do anything for me.
Charlie Puth.
Really?
It's going to be Charlie Puth this year.
Okay, Charlie, but they just don't advertise it as much as they do
Who
their
is
halftime
that?
show.
Who is that?
Country
Yeah, I don't-
or-
He's just pop singer.
Pop singer. Okay, I
He's,
don't know
he's
who that
been popular probably, I don't know, about 10 years or so. You've probably heard him and just don't realize.
Because I'll go and look him up and see. Because man, I think
know who that
to be honest, and we can say this, I think we all will agree. It's hard to be bad. in any one of those, whether it's halftime or the national anthem. I mean, it's.
I think the only way you can be bad, like far as not necessarily national anthem, because they generally nail that, but it's if you have like mic issues with. Like I've seen situations
or you
where
can't really
the
hear
sound is
the
off.
sound, and
you know what I'm saying?
that can happen.
But as far as the artist,
yeah, you're getting top tier.
You know, you're getting top tier, and
Rihanna did a good one too. Didn't Rihanna do the Super Bowl last?
Not last
not
year.
last
Who was Rihanna?
year, but she did halftime.
She did halftime.
Yeah, the Eagles and the Patriots.
Right?
Yeah, about 3 years
she was
ago.
like
I
pregnant.
remember.
It was really good.
It was good too.
2023.
23.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It was a few years ago. That
See,
was
and
a real good one.
I don't think like any of those kind of performances can be bad because the performer knows that this is as big a stage as you're probably going to get. And you're going to try to do your best. And then I think people are more receptive anyway to hearing it. Because some people may not even like the genre of it and hear it for the first time and be like, oh.
That kind of slants whether you like the halftime show too. What kind of genre you prefer as music?
It does.
If it's country or if it's
and I think that's
R&B.
why I'm kind of down on the Bad Bunny because that's not my thing.
I just don't know. I don't know a lot about it.
He's not. He won't.
I'm
going to
watch it, and but I don't know. I just don't know a lot of his music.
I just think that sometimes it's just because of where it is and what it's about. I think sometimes it can just you can like it. You know, you might not love it, but you can like it.
Yeah.
You may not go
and
get something. Yeah. And as long as you give me something that's respectable and not crazy and way off the charts,
I just want a show. I want a performance. Like, don't just sit there and do something average. Like, give me like a stage. Give me the elaborate. Like, if you're gonna do the Super Bowl halftime, make it an event.
All the
make
bells
it
and whistles.
I want all the bells. Even if I don't like it, so have fireworks and doves and
so are you? If
tigers and lions.
So if I'm out there,
doves.
Whatever, man. Doves.
So if I'm out there and I'm just standing at the mic singing, and my voice is good, which it is not. You ain't good with that.
I ain't good with that. We can get that anytime. I can listen to your album. I want to perform. I want a show.
I'm with.
I want you to be flying in the sky, drop down from the helicopter, parachute in. Like, come on, give me a show. Yeah, because to your point, even if I don't like the genre, I may like the show.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
so you got to give me a show.
And again,
for any artist.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
anyone.
you should know. You should know. I would like to think that you would know that if you were picked for a halftime show, that there is a performance part to that. It's
100%.
not just singing. You got to perform.
You got to come with it.
You got to come with it.
Yeah, because even Kendrick Lamar.
Dancing and whatever.
I loved Lamar Jackson. I mean, I thought he was great.
The show was awesome.
And it's almost like you get the concert feel to it.
Yep, 100%. You got to get in a concert.
So I was just looking through our text thread, and we had some picks on here. I think Carl put out there. Is that right, Carl? I think you put that. You thought, and I want to see if Hollis agrees with it. Seattle Seahawks. Well, no. You didn't pick anybody yet, did you? Those were the. But
I am going to take the Seahawks.
You are going to take the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Seahawks too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks.
Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep sailing with this ship because I've said all along I really feel like the Seahawks will win it all when the playoffs started. So I mean, I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Yeah. I just think, like I said, I think,
and I think it might be a blowout.
I don't know about that.
I think that's a hard thing to get when you're talking Super Bowl. You don't get a lot of Super Bowls.
And I hope it's not a blowout.
And because everybody be disappointed.
Because the thing is, man, like I don't. Again, from college all the way to the NFL, these games have been phenomenal.
They have been. You're right.
Like these top tier games, playoff games, the college football championship. I mean, we've seen some. We can say whatever we want about stylistically, NIL, all that stuff, but bottom line, we've seen some excellent football being played. At least in my opinion.
I'm with you.
And the question becomes, before we close out, the question that I'm interested in. So, are we on an upward trajectory to successful NFL games going forward? Or are the games going to be better?
Here's what I say. My opinion is yes, but I think what they've realized, and they're not saying this, but by expanding like far as your college football career now, they've essentially what they've done. College football is now the minor leagues.
Yes,
because
I give you that.
And the thing is, they needed to expand it. So they actually need players in college for 6 to 7 years now. So that way, when they come into the NFL, they can be a lot more developed. Because I think what we're going to see now, you're probably going to see shorter overall careers in the NFL, but you're going to see a higher level of play because they've spent so much time in college. Because if you're coming out of college and I'm 24, 25, my body's developed, I'm mature, and I'm probably ready to be a professional. I'm used to dealing with money now. So again, I may not pay for 15 to 20 and 10 years. My career may be 6, 7, 8 years, but you're going to have a tighter impact. And I think you're seeing that with offensive line play. You're seeing that with running back play. And I think it's eventually going to transfer to quarterback play.
I think that's a scary issue for the 18-year-old freshman that might come into the league and be playing, and now he's going against a straight-up grown man.
But it's not, because now you're going to be going to Division II. I'm telling you, you're going to end up going to Division II, junior college, 1AA, and you're going to have to work your way up to Division I. So you're not even probably going to get there till you're 20. I'm telling you, I see a system in which it's changing.
That system, if it works that way, I'm with you. But if it doesn't, it's a scary situation, because I just think you're going to have an 18-year-old who's going to be able to play on somebody's D1 team and playing against somebody 25 years old that should have already been in the league. I think that's a risk.
Yeah,
and we're already seeing the effects of the changes in the college, national championship game. I mean, we had two teams that would have never been there a few years ago without 100%. The implementation of, I hate to say it, without the implementation of NIL and all the things that go with it, the transfer portal, because you had an Indiana and a Miami that took full advantage of those things.
And it worked.
It worked.
Buying championships.
And we got, but the thing is, you can say that, but we got probably the best championship game we gotten in probably the last 5-10 years.
And no SEC.
We can say that. We can say, but it was competitive to the end, and it was a beautiful, great game.
And it can, to me, it could be that. But let's just create a real straightforward way that the system's going to work. Right now, I don't like the system. I don't think it's working. I don't think it's benefiting.
So we're both fired.
Yes.
Hollis.
But I want to know how it ain't working right now.
I need somebody to be agreeing with me.
But how ain't it work? But the question is, how is it not working?
I just don't. I just don't.
I think it did too.
I feel like.
And I'm the first to say I was wrong. Like I was not a fan.
Wrong too.
I was not a fan, but now I'm seeing the results and I like it.
Because the thing is, you're getting mature players. You're getting paid now, so that way. Because the thing is,
we're just sold on.
No.
They're going to get paid.
But here's the thing: when was the last time in the last, let's say, 5 years, we heard about a major college football star getting kicked out of school or getting suspended from the championship game or bowl game? When was the last time you heard about an NFL player, like what happened to the guy from the Raiders or Ray Lewis or guy from the Falcons, getting in trouble prior to Super Bowl or playoffs? You don't really hear those stories to that degree.
I had asked that question a couple shows back about, you don't hear college athletes getting kicked out of school or
academics,
or anything.
Not major guys.
Yes,
anyway.
Not major guys.
Yeah,
and if it's somebody that
AI helps with that, but
100%. AI helps with a lot.
AI helps a lot.
Yeah. And I can appreciate that, and I think that's a good thing. But at the core of it, how why and how is this happening? I think when you do if you get into the digging, while it's good, it may not be right.
I think it's good because the NFL needs it. You need it because the NFL has shown how cheap they are because they don't want to supplement a real minor league system. I mean, they have the UFL, but it's not.
I don't even know if they get many players from there.
They do. But it's not something, they can't get a fan base attached to that. So that's going to be a long, slow grow. It's not like baseball where you just enjoy going to the minor league game. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to get a fan base attached to these kind of made up teams when they're kind of always in and out. So they're going to have the minor league system incorporated into college. So that's the only way this thing is, to me, it's the only way it's going to survive and grow. And I can see a situation in which now, particularly football and basketball players, men, women basketball players, and football players actually are sort of employees of the school and not tied to academics. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a situation in which, what Deion is doing.
Now, that part I don't like as much.
Where you're going to get fined, where you're going to have to sign 2 and 3 year contracts, where you're just not going to be able to have the movement.
I do think that Deion is well ahead of the system in what he's doing. And
as far as the fine, we're talking about him fining players for missing practice and all that other stuff.
I think because you need that, because at some point if you pay me a bunch of money, I might be feeling myself and thinking like, oh, I don't need to go to practice today. I'm gonna hang out.
But dang, how many problems are you having where you got to do that? Come on, running don't cure that no more. You got to go in my pocket.
I would like to think that it does. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show, and we will be back again next week.
You gotta work, grind, shine, it's mine. Gotta show everybody it's my time. Getting here, you gotta work, grind, shine. Never mind who talking down, cause they lying. Don't talk, you gotta work. You gotta work. You gotta work. You gotta work, yeah. You gotta work, yeah. You gotta work. I'm going hard like Kobe inside the gym. I'm a diamond in the dirt, a hidden gem. Going for greatness, I gotta win by any means, cause I don't know when I'll be back again. Going hard, I gotta get it, man, I can't even lie. I put in so much sweat, my body running dry. I shed so many tears, now I don't wanna cry. Now it's coming easy to me, all I had to do was try. I had to work, push myself through it, even though I knew it hurt. Long as you do it right, it don't matter who do it first. Never sell yourself short, know your worth. I knew I wasn't winning since birth. I had to work, grind, shine, it's mine. Gotta show everybody it's my time. Getting here, you gotta work, grind, shine. Never mind who talking down, cause they lying. Don't talk, you gotta work. You gotta work.